What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel, and today's video, it is prediction time. Yes, I'm going to be revealing my predictions for SummerSlam for this Saturday. Crazy enough, right? Crazy. Why would they do it on a Saturday? Well, that's just how Las Vegas works. Anyway, there are 10 matches on the card as far as we know. There might be more. There might be more to be announced on Friday, if I remember right, but we will never know until then. But without any further ado, let's just go straight into it. And if you guys enjoyed this prediction video and you guys want more pay-per-view or takeover predictions in the foreseeable future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, share this video with your friends and family, let them know to watch this video, and yeah, let's get straight into it. So first up we have two matches that were announced this past Monday night on Raw. First up, we have Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie. This is a rivalry that's been going on for about a couple weeks now, over the fact that Eva Marie's been back in WWE for only a couple months. And we have not seen her as far, like, prior to, like, the last couple months. We haven't seen her in WWE since 2016. That was when she got drafted to Smackdown. She was one of the last few to get drafted to Smackdown, and was never amount to anything, basically. She kept making up excuses for not competing against Becky Lynch at that time, and WWE had released her from her contract because of it. Since then, we know that since then she's been I think she's become a fitness instructor, if I remember right. Excuse me. And I think she has her own, like, fitness brand, if you will, and now she's back, and now she has decided to target Alexa Bliss because of the fact that Bliss's friend Lily decided to create the Lilylution over the Evolution, if you will. Honestly, this match, it doesn't surprise me. We know that Doudrop is going to get involved, or I guess Piper Niven. I don't know. I am not gonna call her Doudrop. I'm calling her Piper Niven. That's her name. I'm sticking with it. So, we know that Piper Niven is going to get involved, but we also know that Lily will get involved as well. So, I'm sticking with my pick. I'm going with Alexa Bliss on this one. Next up, we have the Raw Tag Team titles defended as the phenomenal AJ Styles and Omos will be defending against, you guessed it, RK Bro, Randy Orton and Riddle. It's funny because RK Bro, when they first started out a little over a few months ago, it was great. It was doing so well. They had quite a bit of success, but Orton had took some time off, and he came back. Riddle wanted to do RK Bro once again, one more time. Orton didn't want it, but when Riddle saved Randy Orton from the onslaught of AJ Styles and Omos, Randy Orton realized this dude's pretty good. So he picked up a microphone and said that respect has to be earned, not given. And Riddle earned Orton's respect. And hang on, guys. My brother was just texting me again at the wrong place at the wrong time. Why he does it, I have no clue. Anyway, so Riddle had announced that they were going to challenge for the Raw Tag Team titles, and it's been made official. It's been made official. It'll be Styles and Omos versus RK Bro. This is kind of an interesting development and kind of an interesting matchup because you have AJ Styles and Omos. AJ Styles is more of a somebody's honking. Don't mind the background noise. It's back to school, just so you guys know. Anyway, AJ Styles is more of a submission, technical, high-flying type of type of superstar, while Omos pure power, and then of course Orton is more power and ring IQ, if you will. While as to Riddle, he's more of a submission striker. He's a submission striker, as I like to call it. Yes, it's a new term, basically. So, the big question is, how is this going to play out? Honestly, it's hard to say. It's hard to say because of the fact that you have... because of the fact that Omos can just swat you just like that. Just like that. So, do I believe RK Bro can pull it off? Yes. If they were to isolate Styles from Omos and then take out Omos from the outside, it could be possible. It could be possible, but I'm sticking with Styles and Omos. I think they're going to be the ones to pull it off. Next up, we have Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal in a rivalry that goes back 10 years. So, sorry guys, I had some caught in my throat. Anyway, if you guys remember, a little over 10 years ago, or sometime during that era in WWE, Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre, and Heath Slater formed 3MB, three-man band. It was successful for the most part, but McIntyre had gotten himself into some deep shit, and he got fired. He left WWE. He went to Evolve. He went to TNA. Traveled all over the world. He honed his craft, got even more stronger, and he matured a little bit. Came back to WWE. Went to NXT. Became an NXT champion. He ended up getting injured at the hands of Andrade, who I believe challenged Kenny Omega for the AAA title. I don't know. If you guys know anything about that, comment below. Post in the comments below, because I don't know what happened. I don't know. I heard rumors that Kenny Omega retained his title by some fluke. I don't know what the hell happened. But if you guys do know what happened, make sure you guys post in the comments below. But then he returned to Monday Night Raw, teamed up with Dolph Ziggler. They became tag team champions, and now his list of accomplishments has been sparkling. Intercontinental champion, 2-time tag team champion, NXT champion, Royal Rumble winner, 2-time WWE champion. Jinder Mahal, the only titles he's ever held were the WWE title and the United States title, which is unfortunate, but that does make him one of the more elite stars, if you will, in WWE. But this is gonna be, in my opinion, this is gonna be a sleeper match. As big of a fan as I am of Drew McIntyre, this is gonna be a sleeper match. So I'm gonna just say Drew McIntyre. Next up, we have Damian Priest versus Sheamus for the United States Championship. Since we're on the topic of that with Jinder Mahal, this is interesting because Damian Priest has been a part of the main roster since he debuted in the men's Royal Rumble match back in January. back in January. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I remember the next night on Raw, Edge went up to Priest and said, "Welcome to WWE. You're gonna do great here." That right there was a sign of respect. Sign of respect. Damian Priest took Bad Bunny, brought him into Monday Night Raw over the fact that Miz and Morrison targeted Bad Bunny and his music setup from his performance at the Royal Rumble, where he performed his new song Booker T, paying homage to the Hall of Famer Booker T, of course. Awesome song, by the way. If you guys have not listened to that song, I recommend listening to it. It is incredible. Awesome song, by the way. And that led to Priest and Bunny having a match against Miz and Morrison at WrestleMania. And I have to admit, Bad Bunny, he did really well. He did incredible in that matchup. I did a result video on that a while back. On night 2 of WrestleMania. If you guys have not checked that out, definitely check it out. But this is Damian's first title opportunity since coming to the main roster, and the last time he was champion, he was actually the NXT North American champion. Excuse me. So the big question is, who has the edge here? Truth be told, it's Sheamus who has the upper hand because he's been in the WWE longer than Damian Priest. But let's not forget, Damian Priest has been in NXT for a few years, so he does have some experience in the ring. So who's gonna win it? I think Damian Priest. I think we might see a new United States champion, in my honest opinion. Next up, we have a match that is 7 years in the making. It is Edge, the Hall of Famer, versus Seth Rollins. I never thought, I'm still tripping over the fact that I'm getting the chance to call a match involving Edge. If you go back to last year, yeah, literally, so Royal Rumble 2020 was the first time that I got a chance to call an Edge match. And then of course WrestleMania. What else? What was it? Backlash was another one. And then from that point forward, we hadn't seen him since. Yeah. Literally hadn't seen him since. I think, I think Royal Rumble was when we saw him last. Was when he returned. So Royal Rumble. WrestleMania. And Money in the Bank, and now SummerSlam. It's kind of crazy that I'm able to call Edge's matches now. It's so crazy, but Edge versus Seth Rollins, a match 7 years in the making. This is interesting because if you guys remember on Raw 7 years ago, John Cena had, or I guess rather, Dolph Ziggler, as part of John Cena's team from Survivor Series in 2014, he defeated Seth Rollins, where it was Team Authority versus Team Cena. Who, if Team Cena won, the Authority would be out of power, meaning they would still have their positions, but they wouldn't be able to alter the lives of the superstars in WWE. They would just go back to their jobs at the office. However, from what if I remember right, if Team Authority won, then all the members of John Cena's team, with the exception of Cena, would be fired. Crazy enough, Big Show turned heel. joined up with the Authority, but that did not stop Team Cena from winning with the help of Sting, mind you. So when Edge took over Raw for a night, Seth Rollins had Edge's head, his head and neck area, on the briefcase, on the main briefcase. Seth said that he hesitated. Honestly, I don't see it that way. The way I see it, Seth Rollins was baiting John Cena to do the right thing and bring back the Authority, which he ended up doing anyway. And Cena and Seth only wanted that to happen because of the fact that he wanted an insurance policy. He needed to ensure that he would become WWE champion at that time. Fast forward 7 years later, and this match is actually happening. It is absolutely insane. But honestly, this is kind of unique because both these guys are technical wrestlers, but Edge has been in the game for a long time. So who has the advantage? I think it's Edge. I think Edge is going to pick up the victory, in my honest opinion, just because of that experience factor, but also because of the fact that Edge has won more championships. He's won 31 championships in WWE compared to Seth Rollins, who has won, I believe, 4 world titles, 1 U.S. title, 2 Intercontinental titles, 6 tag team titles, so he's only won 12 championships in WWE. That's it. So who has the advantage, Seth or Edge? It's simple. Edge. Plain simple. Next up, we have a Money in the Bank rematch between the Mysterios and the Usos for the Smackdown tag team titles. So last month at Money in the Bank on the kickoff show, the Usos had defeated the Mysterios when I think it was Jey Uso had rolled up, or I guess rather Jimmy Uso. Sorry. Jimmy Uso had rolled up Rey Mysterio using the tights, of course, but also Jey Uso used his feet to further ensure that they would walk out tag team champions, if you will. So they basically cheated. Fast forward to now, and we have the rematch. This is interesting because the Mysterios, they've only been teaming since Rey's son Dom came to WWE last year at SummerSlam. But funny enough, prior to SummerSlam, when Raw was took part in inside was a part of the Performance Center, if you will. Dom would show up almost every single week to support his father during Rey's rivalry with Seth Rollins, and now 1 year later, his second ever SummerSlam match, and he's teaming up with his own father to take on the Usos. This is crazy. But it's even more interesting for Dom because last year he was a part of the Thunderdome. No fans in attendance, well, virtually yes, but in person, no. This is the first time. Pressure is going to get to him, and that's something that Rey needs to teach his son Dom, is the fact that it's a big stage. It's a big stage. The pressure is gonna get to you. Keep your cool. That's what Dom has to do if they want to stand a chance against the Usos and for them to become tag team champions once again. But I gotta, as crazy it is for me to say it, I think it's gonna be the Usos. I don't think Dom will be able to keep his cool against the Usos. So I'm sticking with the Usos. Next up, we have the SmackDown Women's title, as Bianca Belair will defend against Sasha Banks in a WrestleMania rematch. So if you guys remember, on night night one of WrestleMania, we got the chance to watch Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks in the main event of WrestleMania, night one. Crazy. Absolutely insane. It's even more insane because Sasha and Bianca became the first two black women to main event WrestleMania for a women's championship. That has never happened before. That has never happened before, not once. And that was the first time. This time it's different because because with Sasha Banks now with Sasha now having Carmella and Zelina Vega in her corner, you know damn well Bianca Belair is going to have her head on a swivel. It's going to be on a swivel, and it's going to get to the point where Bianca might lose her cool. She might lose her cool. Only time will tell. There's no way that Bianca will be able to lose her title, but given the fact that it's going to be 3-on-1, Sasha Banks might pick it up. So I'm picking Sasha. I think Sasha's going to win it. Speaking of women's championships, we have the Raw Women's title defended in a triple threat match as Nikki A.S.H, almost a superhero, defends against Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. It's interesting because Nikki A.S.H had won the women's Money in the Bank briefcase just from out of nowhere. Right when everybody was beating the hell out of each other on those ladders, Nikki A.S.H just unhooked the briefcase and left. As if nothing even happened to her. The next night on Raw, she cashes in and wins the Raw Women's title. Honestly, for someone like Nikki Cross, or Nikki A.S.H, I guess, we knew that Nikki was gonna be champion. You know, we knew she was gonna be a singles women's champion. We just didn't know how it was gonna play out. Now we do. She took advantage of Rhea Ripley's assault on Charlotte Flair. She hit Charlotte Flair with a crossbody and just picked up a W. Picked up a dub. She picked up that dub and became Raw Women's Champion. Now we have a triple threat match at SummerSlam. This is unique because Nikki A.S.H has never been in this type of environment before. So this could play out to Rhea's advantage and Charlotte's advantage because both these women were a part of triple threat matches last year. If you guys remember last year at NXT TakeOver in Your House, the first one, we had a triple threat match for the NXT Women's title. Charlotte Flair defended against Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. Shirai picked up a W, had won the title by hitting Rhea Ripley with the moonsault on Ripley to win the NXT Women's title, and Charlotte Flair had the figure 8 on Rhea Ripley, and she could not break out. She couldn't break it in time to stop the pin count. So, yeah. So the big question is, could lightning strike twice on Charlotte Flair? It is possible, but it's not likely. So I think Nikki A.S.H is gonna retain. I think she's gonna keep her title on Sunday. On Saturday. My book fell. My book fell. Sorry guys, my book literally just fell. Next up, we have Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg for the WWE title. Who would have ever guessed? the Almighty versus the Icon. Who would have ever thought two powerhouses gonna beat the hell out of each other with the big question, who has the more dangerous, whose spear is better? Is it Goldberg's or is it Lashley's? Honestly, Goldberg. I think Goldberg has the better spear because his spear is more impactful, whereas opposed to Lashley, once he spears you, he does a flip. He does a flip. That's like the weakest spear ever. But this is Lashley we're talking about. He's been champion since he took the title from The Miz, right after Elimination Chamber, which is insane. Which is insane. And yeah, Lashley's been champion ever since. Honestly, I think Lashley might win it. If Goldberg wins the title, that would make him the only man in the history of professional wrestling to have held the WCW, the World Heavyweight, the Universal, and WWE titles in a single career. Goldberg would be the only person to do that. No other man has ever done that before. I know that Big Show became the only man to have ever held the WCW, the ECW, and WWE titles in a single career, but that's nothing compared to what Goldberg could very may well accomplish. He could very may well accomplish that feat. Is it possible? Absolutely, but with MVP in Lashley's corner, you know damn well that Lashley is gonna end up winning. So I'm picking Lashley. All right, you guys. Now we have a match that is 4 years in the making. Roman Reigns, John Cena for the Universal title. I want to take you guys back to No Mercy 2017, and I actually did a prediction video and a result video of that if you guys have not seen it already, where the big matchup, John Cena versus Roman Reigns. Let's be real, look at this right here, look at the time frame since then. So right here we have the card for No Mercy 2017. Compared to now, I know that my camera I know that the lighting doesn't do it justice, but yeah, look at the time frame. Look at the time frame. Look at that. That is a huge gap. That is a big ass gap right there. But 2017. Roman Reigns had beaten John Cena with a spear to pick up a victory over John Cena. At that time, Roman Reigns he had mixed reactions from the fans. He was cheered by the fans, but also booed by the fans as well. Compared to now, Roman Reigns is just a full-fledged heel. Let's be real. And if you guys remember this past Friday night on Smackdown, John Cena he let Roman Reigns have it. He let him have it. Like, he brought the fight. As far as, like, the war of words, Cena brought it. Cena brought it. Not only mentioning Seth Rollins, but also mentioning Dean Ambrose, or I guess now John Moxley, I guess is his name. I don't know. But, yeah. But yeah, mentioning Dean Ambrose, mentioning The Shield, mentioning Paul Heyman, mentioning the Usos. Cena let Reigns have it. This is different because now it's not based. This match is no longer based on respect because their last encounter was based on respect. This time, it's gone so personal. It is now over the Universal title, and who runs SmackDown? Is it Roman Reigns or is it John Cena? Here's the thing. Cena has nobody to back him up. The only backup he has is the WWE Universe. Whereas opposed to Roman Reigns, he has Paul Heyman and the Usos backing him up. But the big question is, will that be enough for Reigns to win? The answer is no, because we know damn well once the referee catches the Usos and Heyman, they're gone. They're gone. They're gone. Banned from ringside, and you know that if they were to get involved once again, Reigns would get disqualified and he would retain the title, proving that he cannot win a match on his own. This is a match that Roman Reigns has to win on his own. If he does, in my opinion, I think he will have deserved to be called Universal Champion. But this match is also based on history. If you guys know, if you guys recall, John Cena is a 16-time champion. Go back to Royal Rumble 2017. Wow, that far back. Look at the time frame. Right there. Right there. Royal Rumble 2017, John Cena had defeated AJ Styles to win his 16th World Championship. And even though he lost it the very next pay-per-view inside the Elimination Chamber, Cena made that history. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So this is a match that's almost 5 years in the making for Cena. Because if he wins, not only will he become the only man in history to have held the WWE, the World Heavyweight, and the Universal titles, Cena would also break Ric Flair's record with 17 world titles, which would make Cena the most decorated champion ever. Which is insane. Who do I think is gonna win? That's kind of hard to say, but I gotta go with Cena. I'm with Team Cena on this one. I think John Cena might pick it up. If he does, that would be huge for John Cena. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. That brings me to the question of the day. What are your guys' predictions for SummerSlam this Saturday? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more pay-per-view news more pay-per-view predictions in the foreseeable future. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description below if you guys have fan mail that you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel. My address will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.